Are you ready?
President Law,
Yes, how are you?
we are here for your 56-question
I
interview.
am ready. Go ahead, ask away.
All right, it's time for this or that. Green or gold?
Green.
Are you a night owl or an early bird?
I'm an early bird.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Tea.
How about the journey versus the destination?
Oh, the journey's much better.
The first day of move-in versus commencement?
Commencement, because that is the pinnacle where we've achieved our goals and everyone is really rejoicing about the accomplishments of our students. But I love the energy of them coming on campus, so both.
Sweet snacks versus savory snacks?
Sweet.
Do you have a go-to sweet snack?
Oh my, pistachio.
Motocross or car racing?
Car racing.
How about a Chevy Camaro versus a Pontiac GTO?
Well, actually, my favorite is a Corvette, but if I had to choose one of the others, it's whichever has the most horsepower.
Homecoming games or rivalry matchups?
Homecoming.
And last but not least, leading the fight song or taking a selfie with your boy Rocky?
Both of them are over the top. I love both.
Best concert you've ever attended?
Andre Bocelli in Italy.
Favorite USF tradition?
Go Bulls!
If you could go anywhere right now, where would you go?
I'd go to Italy, the birthplace of my grandmother and grandfather.
What is the best piece of Bull Pride gear you own?
I have these wonderful custom shoes, athletic shoes from the Hawaiian Bowl that we just won after 5 overtimes. They have beautiful flowers that are painted on them along with our iconic U. They're great.
Describe USF in 3 words, but none of them can be green or Bulls.
First, I would say unstoppable. Our goals are set before us and we won't take no for an answer. We're just going to go for it. Number 2, bold. We think outside of the box. We focus our students' success above anything else. And the final word I would use is caring. Our faculty and staff care about the success of our students, and they provide support in so many more ways than just educational. That's the 3 words that I have for USF.
Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Sean Connery. He was the very first James Bond, the best.
How about the best car racing movie?
I loved Ford versus Ferrari, but I also liked Rush, which was the Niki Lauda story. And I haven't seen F1 yet, so ask me later about that.
The trophy case behind you has so much memorabilia. Is there an item that always just your eye gravitates towards?
You know, I look to the game balls from the 2 bowl games that we won. That's very, very exciting to me. But some of the other things in that case are important to me personally, and that is the little microscope that's on the second shelf here. That microscope was given to me by my mother as a gift when I was very small. And instead of playing with a lot of kids, I was the one walking around with a microscope looking at things and taking samples of everything. After I came to the university as interim, I was explaining that at one of our events, and my sister happened to hear it. She had that microscope in her closet, and she went and found it and gave it back to me.
Every great leader needs a call sign. What's yours?
Sheriff.
Why?
Well, this is a call sign that was given to me by those at MacDill Air Force Base. And as you said, everyone needs a call sign. And when we were getting together early on in my interaction with them, they just gave me that call sign. So it's Sheriff.
That's awesome. Let's keep on that adrenaline rush. You know, that adrenaline bucket list. What's at the top of it right now?
Well, I think the next thing I'd really like to do is go diving with the manta rays. This is something that I saw while I was in Hawaii for the bowl game, and it was just such an exciting thought to be diving with those magnificent creatures. I'd like to do that.
What would be your most memorable moment as a USF student?
Well, I remember one that wasn't wonderful, and that was I had created a new program, and this is back when we used punch cards, and I had multiple trays of punch cards. I got here about 6 o'clock in the evening into the computer center, and I started running them, and all I was succeeding in doing is getting huge lists of errors. And this went on all night long. I didn't get that program to run until about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I will never forget that.
What is one thing you wish today's students knew about USF's past?
You know, the University of South Florida was originally envisioned in 1956 as just being a commuter school. Nobody ever thought that it was going to be the kind of research one, impactful AAU institution that's making a difference around the world. And I would like students to know that you can change anything. It doesn't matter about your background. It matters about your vision and your wishes to really do well in your life. You can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. We set our minds to this university becoming impactful across the globe, and today it is.
You've seen USF grow over the decades. What's the biggest wow moment for you?
The biggest wow moment for me are many, but when I originally started working for the university, I was handling all the grants and contracts, and just the thought of getting up to $100 million was something outside of our conception. It was amazing to me that just last year we received $750 million in new funding and grants and contracts. Now that is a wow moment.
As president, do you have a favorite pinch me moment?
I have a pinch me moment every day. When I drive into the university and I pull into my parking spot, I just take a moment before I get out and I say how thankful I am to be here and help my alma mater.
You've been at so many commencements. Is there one that stands out to you?
Well, you know, commencements are my favorite thing about the university, but one of my favorite moments is when I found out that a former paralegal who had worked for me in my law firm was actually graduating. So I called her down so that we could take some pictures before the event. And I said, "What caused you to go back to the university to get your degree?" And she said, "Because you always encouraged me to do that. And when COVID came along, I figured this was my opportunity to make it happen." That was really special.
That is very special. If Rocky had the day off and you had to fill in, what would be your first move as mascot in chief?
I would put a fan inside that helmet. Our Rockies work so hard and it's so hot. I don't think that I have the stamina to do what Rocky does. But once the fan was installed, I would run around campus and just high-fiving all our students. I think that's the fun part.
What's a moment in USF history you'll never forget?
The moment that I received the call from the president of the AAU inviting us to join. It had been a 15-year effort, and it was so meaningful to have that occur when I was president.
What were you feeling when you received that call?
I was bursting with excitement, pride, happiness, and terror because they told me I couldn't tell anyone. And they said it was embargoed. I would have to wait for a couple of weeks before I could tell anyone other than the head of communications. And I said, "Well, can't I even tell my board chair?" And they said, "No." And so for those couple of weeks, I felt like I was going to explode any moment.
You've worked with every USF president. Do you have a favorite story or a funny behind the scenes moment you're allowed to share?
Well, you're asking a hard question, but I will tell you this. I was on the selection committee for Judy Genshaft, and we have been fast friends from the very beginning, and we do play little practical jokes on each other. And so one of the fun ones was when I was finally allowed to say something about the AAU, I tricked her into coming into my office. I told her I was going to have her make a statement on camera on behalf of one of our friends. And she thought that was a little odd, but nevertheless, she showed up. And then I sat her down. She had no idea that the cameras were rolling. And I told her about AAU. And as expected, she was so excited. It was great to catch it on camera, and it was great to be able to share with her.
Do you know what this is?
And by working alongside Judy and other USF presidents, how has that shaped your leadership approach?
You know, each president was very different, and probably the right person for the right time. But I think in looking at the whole, what they each found in the university was something that was really important for the university to be successful. And as I look at it, I think it's a combination of all of those things. It's a combination of our faculty and our staff and our students and the administration and the community that surrounds us. It's the whole that makes our university great. And so I think what that's done for me is have me much more of a collaborative focus for my leadership style so that we can bring everyone into the process and together we can achieve great things.
Like great things, we're building an on-campus stadium. How is that going to change the experience for USF as a whole?
It will change everything. We now have a focal point, a reason to bring alumni back to the campus, a reason for our students to get together and really enjoy time together, to be able to put programming and events together that they can come to easily by just coming out of their homes and then coming right over to the campus. I am so excited about that.
In the design plans, are there any special features you're particularly excited about?
Absolutely. The student section will take up the entire west area, and they will have their own private entryway, they'll have their own concessions, and there's even a landing area where we can have DJs for their various events.
That first home game, are we going to find you taking in the sights and sounds and the tailgates on Holly Drive?
Absolutely. I'm going to be the one that's cheering the loudest.
All right, so we talked about you being a thrill seeker in your time as president. So I have to ask, how about we take that energy off campus and on the track, Sheriff?
Fantastic. Let's go.
President Law, welcome back to the Motor Enclave.
I'm so happy to be here. This makes me smile.
All right, let's continue with the questions. What was your first car?
My first car was a 1955 Mercury Monterey. But my first fun car was a 1985 Corvette C4.
And what got you into cars?
My father let me drive anything that I could reach the pedals on, and he helped me reach those pedals.
Do you have a favorite race car driver?
Oh, well, F1, it would be Hamilton. NASCAR, there's been a whole bunch of them, starting with Jeff Gordon all the way up to Kyle Busch and Logano, and it changes.
Do you have a favorite track that you visited?
Road Atlanta, my favorite.
Well, what do you say we get you back in this race car?
All right, I'm ready.
We talked a little bit about motocross. What was your first dirt bike?
First dirt bike was a Yamaha, but I had many different kinds, all enduros and some trials bikes.
Did you have a racing number?
I did have a racing number. It was number 8. And isn't that interesting, because I'm the 8th president?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. How about your favorite motocross racer?
Jeremy McGrath. He won many supercrosses, really talented, fun to watch.
Here we go. What's the fastest you've ever driven?
Well, it's something north of 180. I always wanted to get to 200, and I had a plan for that got ditched, unfortunately, and so I wasn't able to do it. But I'm still looking for that elusive 200.
What's your dream car?
This is it. The 2025 ZR1 1064 horsepower C8.
There you go.
That's it. That has my name on it.
Open wheel or closed wheel racing?
Closed wheel probably, but I started out with open wheel.
What's your favorite quote that involves racing?
My favorite quote is from Hunter Thompson, and it is, "Faster, faster until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death."
Pre-race song, do you have one?
Oh, of course. Danger Zone out of Top Gun.
Ow!
Who from USF would be on your pit crew?
You know what? I have such a great team. I would take the entire cabinet.
What would your racing team be called then?
Well, my racing team in the past was called Race Ipsa, which stands for Race Ipsa Loquitur, which is Latin for it speaks for itself.
Will you get back into racing after retirement?
I would love that.
All right, so you've flown an F-16, you've skydived. What's next, Mav?
Well, actually, I've also done an F-18, and I think I'm going to just change directions a bit. I would like to dive with the manta rays.
How about we close this out with the horns up?
Go Bulls!